And it's the fact that Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, AOC, she's using her Instagram to help illegals evade ICE. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is using her Instagram. She's actually using her personal Instagram account to help illegals evade ICE. She posted this both in English and Spanish. If you see ICE in public, confirm that they are actually ICE and not a different law enforcement agency. Pay attention to the words that appear on their uniform and write them down. This could be ICE, ARROW, or HSI. Document. You have the right to record. If you feel safe, take a video or photos or what the officers are doing and note how many. Write down the time, date, and exact location of encounter. Timestamp when they show up and leave. So it's like she's telling people to be organized against ICE. And share. Once verified, share this information with your networks. Note, please make sure to only share verified information, i.e. something that you or someone you trust has seen with your own eyes. This ensures that we don't create any unnecessary stress, fear, or anxiety. No, the illegals should be anxious and willing to deport themselves. That is the idea. We also have this. Thanks to World Hall of Fun, AOC warns that the Trump administration sees all illegals as criminals and that appointing Stephen Miller means Trump fully intends on pursuing as broad and aggressive a deportation campaign as possible. Oh my God, how bad is Trump? Trump is so bad. She's only giving Americans more reasons to be excited. Spot on. And I'm gonna play this clip for your watching. You can see with your own eyes, as AOC says.
A lot of people I don't think has sunk in is that the administration believes that anybody who is here undocumented has committed a criminal act.
Yes, if you enter the country illegally, then you have committed a criminal act. It's in the law. It's in the law. She should know. She should know, right? She knows. She already knows. But she's acting. She's catering to her audience. You know what kind of audience does she have?
And so they are talking about everybody, naming Stephen Miller as his deputy policy chief. These are very real signals that they fully intend on pursuing as broad and aggressive a deportation campaign as possible.
Yeah, that is the idea, because the deportation campaign has to be aggressive. We're talking about tens of millions. Tens of millions. And, well, some of those illegals are doing the job themselves. You know that if they are caught by ICE, then they will have a moratorium of 20 years before they can do anything regarding the United States. They cannot ask for a visa or try to, do the things legally. So if you leave on your own, you can request to enter the United States legally afterwards. If you are caught, 20 years have to pass until you can do that again. So Washington Ghost shows this clip. The roads heading back to Mexico are jammed. Oh, right. So many people. Oh, there's so many people with a lot of stuff in their cars. But this is another thing. If you're deported, you can only carry your clothes and maybe your toothbrush, something like that. If you self-deport, you can take your stuff with you. So maybe that is the reason why so many people are, hey, you know what? We are leaving. Goodbye. We prefer to go by our own hand and take our stuff. Let's see what happens. Look at that. Look at that. So many people self-deporting. This is so wonderful to watch. The long lines. And we also have this from Richie Rich, Atomic Ferret. Not sure if this is normal traffic for that art, but self-deportation means you get to take all your things with you. Biggest losers are going to be the companies that knowingly finance the lifestyles of all these people. Bet a lot of living with finance cars and stuff. All right, imagine all that finance stuff and they're just running away with that. Well, Tough luck. John EID. AOC is openly encouraging illegal activity and undermining the very system that protects citizens. When did defending the law become controversial? The real question is, why is she more loyal to illegals than to Americans who play by the rules? My question is, this is my actual question. Is that legal? What she's doing? Helping the illegals? Isn't that treason? She should be defending American citizens or legal residents. And she's using all her platforms to defend people who enter the country illegally. How does that work? And trying to organize people into knowing how to evade ICE. How does that work? Can she be prosecuted for that? Because that shouldn't happen. Leftists all over TikTok, this is thanks to Liberocrat, leftists all over TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook are telling people to report ICE sightings to this website called juntoseguros.com. They're trying to create a network similar to the Waste Police sighting feature in order to help illegal aliens escape being detained by ICE. So, again, these people are using social media to try to evade being deported. But my idea is this: how long can you do this? For how long can you do this? Can you try to evade? It's just it's like what I was talking about Anthony Fauci. These people will not be able to sleep at night. You will try to stay in the United States illegally. You will try to try to have a life illegally in the United States. It is my understanding, I didn't have time to include that in the screenshots of this show, that 1.5 million parole requests have been terminated as well. 1.5 parole requests have been terminated. I don't know if requests is the right word, but I know that it's 1.5 million. So, well, they can be effectively deported. Why didn't they self-deport weeks ago? Well, CW, because I'm sure that they thought that this was not going to be as bad as it is going right now. I think that they thought that this was not going to be as bad as it is going right now. And well, since AOC is helping people and using her Instagram account so people can organize against ICE, well, I found it really funny that thank you to Leonardo 618. He made this edit of AOC's post. If you see AOC in public, call ICE. Call ICE. It's that simple. Call ICE. And by the way, I had to close this topic with this meme. AOC got a rude awakening today. AOC discovers ICE has detention centers outside every 7-Eleven. This is a very old meme, but it's still funny. It's still funny. So we have people organizing themselves, and we have somehow people who work in Congress, like this lady, who are actively using their time and resources to help illegals. I want to know how that works. But again, I would love to know, what do you think about this in the comments? Because, well, there are so many opinions about this, but we are the Common Sense channel. I am not only the body language guy, but the common sense guy, and I would like to know, what is common sense to you? What should be the priority when it comes to Americans, to veterans, to legal residents? It should be the common sense, right? That is my take. What is yours? Let's go to the live chat and find out. So many people have to go.